Partners, let us do a short review on Fortron. I have just logged into my back office. From what you're seeing here is the template, the background of Fortron. Let me bring out my pen touch so that I will talk to point. Up here is my user ID. This user ID is my personal user ID. No other person has this user ID. It's dedicated to me. On this account, I have got 6 downline, and then as at now, I have earned a total of 750 Tron, which is not bad. Yeah, now here is my affiliate link. Then here shows the total number of members who have registered so far. What? So what?
Talk more on the affiliate link.
No, the affiliate link is your referral link, the link you share to people to get them into your team. So all your team build up is people who register into this Fortron through your affiliate link, otherwise known as referral link.
Yes.
So let me scroll down and get the pen touch back again. All right, from here let me get the pen touch again. Now what you're seeing here is the okay, this wallet address here, and then this is a contract address that which you could use to authenticate it from the blockchain, that yes, it is recognized in the blockchain. So let's move down to the matrix. That's our main aim. Let's move down to the matrix. Now there is a close similarity between Fortron and Tron Crypto, in the sense that the Fortron has two business plan. We have let me get the pen touch again. We have the FTR3, which take the place of TC1 under the Tron Crypto. So this is the first plan of the Fortron. It runs on 1/3 circular. So on this plan, you are the person here. As you get, this is totally a teamwork, beginning from the efforts of you and your team members. So when you get this person, you earn from him. Then the next person, we could call him Mr. B. Let's assume this is Mr. A. You earn Mr. A, which is 50 Tron. Then Mr. B comes in, you earn it as well, making 100 Tron in your wallet. Now this other person, Mr. C, the earning does not come to you, rather it goes to your upline. So once that goes to your upline, it gives you opportunity to re-earn from the same circle again. It reopens this slot or level for you to continue to earn, and it can happen at repeated time as possible. So now let us go to the step 2 or level 2. Now this is the level 2. This is the level 2 of the first plan, which we call the FTR. Now what happened here is exactly what happened in the first phase, where your earning of the 2 spots goes to you and the third one recycles you. But some of the things that bother members is when they begin to see things in different colors. Sometimes the spot here is shaded in different color, like light. What color is this?
This?
Is it I don't know what color is this one. Is it green or what, or gray or what? How do we call it?
This is like,
well guys, I don't know exactly what name we will call this color, but this is a color. And their color specification is 3 brands, just beginning from this particular one you are seeing here. The next one today is a bit lighter, while the third one is really rather thick blue. So now anywhere you see this color below here, it shows that the occupier of those spots is your direct downline, is your direct referral. Let's assume now that this place is shaded with this same color. That tells you that that person who got there is your direct referral. But you see, I don't always like to talk much about this color palette or what color it is that takes the place of any of this column, just because whatever color that occupies that spot is just for the purpose of knowing who is there and where the person came from. But the earning is still equal, whether the color there came as a spillover or overflow, you still earn the same amount. Now let's go to should we move over to the FTR4,
Yes.
because what we have explained in the first level is applicable to the second level, to the third level. Okay, let's look at these numbers around it. You see, in the Tron crypto, like those of us who are familiar with the Tron crypto, you see numbers like this are not necessary. There is no number like this. This number shows how many number of people that have come into this spot. So you can be looking at number 6 that is here and be asking, what does this 6 stands for? This 6 simply means that there are 6 people who have gotten into this team, into this level. And then what you see here, this sign means 3. This 3, it means that that this particular level has recycled 3 times. All right, that at this level, this is what level is this? Level 1.
Yes.
The owner of this account has earned cycling that level for 3 times, and there are about 6 people who have participated in this column. All right, so let's move to the FTR4. The FTR4. All right, but let me say one thing again. The difference between the FTR3 and the FTR4 is teammanship. When here in FTR3, members do not get benefit from the global spill. You only get spillover from your teamwork. So as members are building up the team and the team is growing, there could be possibility of you at the lower level enjoying spillover from your sponsors or overflow from members of the team activity. We call that one implosion. You know, when something implode, you understand, other people can begin to enjoy it. But in the FTR4, this is where this global spill come in. Though the global spill could come from what your team does and what other team do as well. Now, at the global spill, nobody lay claims to downline. Example, let me bring out my pen touch. Let's look at this is level 1 of the FTR4. Now, this is Mr. Paul. Now, you see Mr. Bassi came in. Mr. Bassi's earning will not come to Mr. Paul. It goes far above Mr. Paul to Mr. Paul's sponsor. Then, look, let's say this is Sister Kate. Sister Kate comes in. Even though it is below Mr. Paul don't earn from his Sister Kate. It goes to Mr. Paul's sponsor. So, whatever happened in between the two direct spots to Mr. Paul do not earn anything. And whatever color it may be, whether green, blue, or black, the earning from it goes to the sponsor of Mr. Paul, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Okay, now below that rank is the first 3 spots. Let me reduce those stuff there in the screen for clarity's sake. Now we're looking at these first three. The first one goes to Mr. Paul. The second one comes to Mr. Paul again. And now the third one here goes to the sponsor of Mr. Paul. It recycles Mr. Paul. So when we say that the first two beside or beneath Mr. Paul place very little significance to Mr. Paul, is because they may come from anywhere in the community. Once it is occupied, it prepares Mr. Paul for earning below that very level or layer. So this is how the global spill works. The global spill is supported by teamwork to get this part of this plan filled up. And from what we're seeing here, we have about 6 participants in this level 1 of the FTRO. And then we said it also, this is the very first circling that the level 1 is going through. So only this spot remaining for it to be recycled, and that may continue for as many times as possible. This is one of the good things about this project, about this network, about this smart contract. Once you have done a smart contract, you have done a business for life. And wherever you get to, at any point in time, even if you are for any reason indisposed, you're not able to continue marketing and promoting this network. Let's say, for instance, Mr. A comes into Fortron or Tron Crypto, and at a point in time, probably as a result of sickness, he or she is not able to function. You could just come in at any point in time and find some earning, because you are either earning from the activities of your team through overflow or spillover, or you're getting it from global spill. And this is a permanent kind of business, because being launched into the blockchain as a smart contract keeps it safe for a very long time for you. And people are even attaching creativity to this kind of business, aligning it with other kind of businesses, because they are sure of the longevity. So now let's go to the level 2 of this plan 2, which we call the FTRO. There is quite a bit of an activity in this level. As you can see, it's something very similar to level 1. You know, at the level 1, what you earn is 50 coin from the very 3 persons. So let's assume now that you're Mr. Paul in this level 1, you only earn 1 to 3. The first 3 by the left, you earn those 50 coin as repeated time as possible. So this is the next plan, which is 100 coin. Each plan is always 2 times ahead of the previous plan. As this is 50, the next one is 100, the next is 200, the next is 400, down to the last plan. So now Mr. Paul, being a smart person as we assume, the moment you begin to see activities in your plan 1, you are expected to quickly come and buy the slot, the level 2 of this plan. This is the level 2, and it costs 100 coin. After that is done, you begin to have children around that level.
Yes.
Like this game. Let me reduce those marks. All right, now this is Mr. Paul. As we said, what happened in level 1 is going to happen here again. No, now it will be going to whoever has sponsored Mr. Paul. Then it will be going to whoever has sponsored Mr. Paul. Now, from this extreme, Mr. Paul ends. The next to this, Mr. Paul end, and this Mr. Paul end as well. While this last one flies above Mr. Paul and start afresh. As you can see from what is here, the circling, Mr. Paul has not circled in this spot. So Mr. Paul is yet to buy the level 2, which is the level 3, which is 200 coin. I think at this point, this is how far we can go. As you can see here, these are the color palette. As we said, these are the color palette. This color is a bit light. It goes for direct referral, and this is for overflow from upline. This is overflow from downlines. So at this point, we said we have dealt a big blow to Fortron. So now over to you guys. Good news, you can continue to make money from this program as lasting as it can be. You can see that participation in this program is not dull at all. 88,118 people have participated within a space of 3 to 4 days at most. So in the next couple of days, weeks into months, this number would definitely go far higher than this. So you are hereby invited to be part of this lucrative business, where the money for this business remain with the members of this business. If there is any question and you're watching this video for the very first time, you can drop your comment below in the comment section. You can just hit the red bell. It's a notification bell. I'm very sure you're watching the YouTube version of this record. You can as well subscribe to this channel to always catch up with our regulars. So thank you, and let us meet in our next record.